Hi, this is Dan O'Leary with Asset Investments. Today's topic is diamond or dog. How do we analyze that rental property? Today we're going to be looking at the different factors that really play to tell you whether you've got a good rental property or not. And really it all boils down to cash flow, baby. It's all about the money. When we buy single family homes to live in, it's about the aesthetics, it's about the location. These are important issues, and when we're out valuing, we're valuing the features and the issues and what the market gives for them. But when we're valuing property and we're analyzing property, whether it's our investment or customers' investments, it's all about the cash flow. And so really one of the biggest issues, the first biggest issue, is most people tend to look at residential properties, small residential properties especially, as the rent payment versus the mortgage payment. And they call that the cash flow. And that's where a lot of people really get into trouble. Because there's a lot more involved in cash flow than just does the rental payment cover the mortgage payment. You have a lot of different kinds of expenses. There's maintenance expenses, there's upkeep, there's trash, there's a lot of different stuff. You're gonna have to paint the property every now and then. You're just gonna have to do different work. Something else most landlords forget to do is they forget to pay themselves. And basically what you really need to do is you need to calculate in there 10% for management expenses, because if you don't have that in there, you're kind of shorting yourself, because other investors will look at that and other investors will value that, and they'll say, hey, you know what, management expenses need to be in here. You do need to pay yourself. So, you do need to consider the management expenses. Something else that most investors that I know that don't do is they don't make any consideration whatsoever for replacement costs. And we all know that a typical property has a 70, 80 age life, something like that. But most of the surfaces in the home don't. For instance, your paint only typically lasts a few years. Your carpet might last 5, 6, 7 years. Your appliances, you might have 7, 8, 9 years in those appliances. And so as you're going through looking at a property, really what you need to do is you need to look at that appliance and you need to say, okay, it's got about this many years left. And then you need to calculate what it's going to cost to do a new one. Because where most landlords get into trouble is they get in here, they think the property's cash flowing, and then boom, we're replacing a water heater, and we're turning around and we're replacing the stove. And now next year we're replacing the carpet. And suddenly the property's not cash flowing anymore because we didn't take any consideration for the replacements. So these are things that really need to be done. So how do we know if the property's a diamond or a dog? Well, you really need to target some income levels, and for small, what are called 1 to 4 family projects or properties, you probably need to target somewhere between $50 to $100 a door per month that you make after rental payments, after expenses. You need to make money on your investment property. And then on the larger properties, multifamilies, tend to use a cap rate. You need to have a capitalization rate of between 9 and 12%. And your capitalization rate is your income from the property divided by your expenses, and that comes up with the value. And that's not really a complicated calculation, but it's something that's very easy to learn out there. So we did talk about the different things, how you get in trouble. We talked about expenses. We talked about replacement reserves, how those need to be calculated. You need to pay yourself, so you need to calculate a little bit of management expenses. And we talked about target incomes. You need to target the ability to make some money on your property, or good chance you may not make it, and it'll all just go out the door. So we appreciate you touching base. These are analysis that we do not only for our own portfolio, but for our customers' portfolio. We can help you analyze a property. We can help you find one. If you or anybody that you know is looking, please give us a call, 592-0233. Remember, we're a valuation and consulting firm. If you have anybody that has needs in real estate, please give us a call. Thank you.